It's been a while.
Welcome to another episode
April.
of the Oddfathers
No,
podcast.
I add that in. Yes, that's it. Jesus. See what happens when you don't do it every week?
We're so out of practice.
Yeah,
Every
that's all
week.
right.
I
We could do it.
mean, every month.
All right, at least once a month.
You're the one that's never here. We're all, Troy and I are ready.
Well, good to be back. Good
Yo,
to be back in the saddle.
hello. I don't have any idea what number I used to know, but
I think this is 32
32 after
Man.
what, 4 years?
after 4 years. No. What is it?
Well, actually, if it's 32 after 4 years, what is actually?
I don't
that's
think
like
it's been 4 years, but
That's
probably
8.
3.
3 years. Yeah, so that's like almost one a month. If you backwards that math,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's wonderful.
it's a little shy but close.
We've been away for a while. A lot of shit has happened. There's a lot to talk about.
The fucking world's falling apart.
It is.
I'm hoping the damn heat drives some of these people that move down here leaving.
It's been hot as hell. Legit.
Yeah, if they'll move, because, I mean, it ain't even August yet.
The heat index has been like 104, right? Like average probably 100, 101, 102 degrees steady.
The surface temperature of the water the other day they said was 98 degrees.
98 degrees, the Gulf of Mexico.
That's fucking crazy.
Who would go in that? Do you know what kind of things are just floating around in there?
I wouldn't, don't go when you got a cut on your hand.
Well,
No,
that
hell
they
no.
got the slime starting to, the algae's already starting to come down here.
Really?
I went through to
The red tide?
I
Yeah.
went through to Whiskey Creek Bridge.
No,
last week.
no. Green algae, not
Green algae? Well, the red tide feeds on this warm water like that too.
No, it was like fluorescent green, the entire thing. I looked out there and I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize it was coming in like that yet. And there was like probably 3 or 4 weeks before that I was going over the other bridge and I looked out and noticed my boy how it looked darker and there was a definitive line like you can see when it leaves like right by Sanibel. You can usually see that line if you had an aerial shot, but you could see it coming through the river. And he's like, I don't see it. I think it's always like that. I'm like, it's not always like that. And
No.
then 2 weeks later, and that's when all this green
Green
stuff
stuff?
showed up. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it feel like we're like almost like in the end of times? Isn't it weird? Green shit floating in the water, high temperature, the temperatures, extreme heat, pandemonium in what feels like everywhere. It's just
Joe
it's
Biden's
madness.
fixing it. Joe Biden's
Yeah.
fixing it.
Yeah, Bidenomics. Bidenomics.
He's got it taken care of.
But listen, we had a few, just to not to bring the show down, but we had a few celebrity deaths while we were away. Lisa Marie Presley passed away.
That was a long damn time ago.
Was it? Oh,
I was thinking too.
Tina Turner recently.
That was a long time ago.
No, it
too.
wasn't. It was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was up probably 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And Jerry Springer,
Yeah, he went down.
he went down. So, rest in peace.
They were all pretty old though. Well, except for Presley.
What do you? Yeah. Well, I don't know much about her.
Presley went. She was young, wasn't she?
She was probably about your age, I'm guessing.
Treat
She
Williams.
was younger.
He died in June. He was an actor. Good actor. The Iron Sheik, dude.
Oh yeah, I
The
did see
Iron
that.
Sheik died.
He should have died a long time ago. Because they get the shit beat out of him. They don't make it very long. He's big.
He
When
was
big,
huge.
yeah.
It always
He was
amazes me. I
hysterical
know
to me.
wrestling is like completely fake, but it is pretty amazing. You get these guys that are 300 pounds plus that are jumping off of that rope, doing flips on people and not hurting themselves or getting thrown out of the ring onto a table. I get it. It's like very theatrical, but
Right.
fuck, that's just like, I couldn't do that.
And they
even
draw-
if I trained for a little bit.
Yeah, big. I mean, big, huge crowds. I'm not particularly a fan of it, but I had a friend who was a semi-professional wrestler back in the day, and I met Sergeant Slaughter, Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas, it was a black. He was huge, like steroided out. And Sergeant Slaughter was a military. He paid like a military guy. But the things you saw what they were doing in back there, but they were huge. I mean, just blown up on not Slaughter, I think, but Tony Atlas, just blown up on steroids.
Oh, I'm sure they all
but,
were.
But how you're right, Troy. How they just catapult themselves from, off those ropes.
Yeah, you get like a little Chinese guy doing it, but you get these big old white dudes that are like Andre the Giant, and they're getting up there and they're flipping over and doing all this kind of stuff, and you're like, dude, you already look like you got one leg in the grave.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't know how they did it. It was hardcore back then. I mean, now I think there's with the ring, with the technology for. What do you call it? A ring? I guess you'd call it, right? A wrestling ring?
They always had like padding in it.
Yeah,
with
no, and
spring,
like a
but
spring
still.
system, but I think it's
I wouldn't want to be clotheslined by one of them.
No, hell no. That
Well,
still
I
has
think
to.
they kind of like don't really clothesline the person. But my biggest thing is these guys are jumping off the ropes. They're 4 or 5 feet up in the air. They're jumping off, doing a backflip to land on somebody, which is so not necessary anyways to achieve what they're doing, but it's more theatrical. And I'm like, how did the dudes not break their necks? Somebody did just die, actually. He was been paralyzed. And
A pro wrestler?
yeah.
Really?
And because he got hurt in the ring. And he just died too. I remember reading about that. And like he didn't hold it against wrestling or anything else. It was just a casualty of the space. And then I did read like all these other
How do
wrestlers
you know if
come
he
out.
didn't? He's dead. You know, he could.
No,
be
he's not
pissed
dead.
off.
No,
not
he
dead.
made statements during this time. Like this happened like 20 years ago.
He's not. Oh,
Oh, he's not dead.
20 years ago.
No, so the
Oh, I
guy's
got
been a paraplegic ever since an accident that happened in the ring somewhere. And he always said like he was proud of his time. So like all these other wrestlers that are famous ones of today came out and gave all props and stuff like that
Really?
after him dying. I mean, not at their funeral or anything, maybe at the funeral, I don't know, but just publicly on like
Good Lord.
interviews or something like that.
I mean, what kind of rabbit hole have we fucking run down?
Death.
I mean,
Death.
I will
not
tell
only
you
that,
started
it's
off with
fucking
death.
wrestling. You know,
I just my father took me to
wrestling's bad enough
He
as it is.
he took my brother and I to a wrestling thing. This is before WWF, which is WWE now, because they got sued and they had to change it to the E.
Right.
But it was before there was even that brand was even created, and it was downtown, and it was like in that little convention center that I don't even remember what it's not where it is now. It was little, and Lex Luger was there.
Lex Luger.
And he's just had the like these crazy wicked like biceps, right? And my father told me, and he had long hair. My dad said every morning he had to hang from a bar for 30 minutes just to be able to get his arms
straight?
straightened up so he could comb his hair. Now I'm sure my dad was completely bullshitting, but I'm like 5, so I'm just going with it.
That's pretty funny. Do you like the girls wrestling? Anyone?
No, I don't
The
like
female-
any of the
I
wrestling.
don't like
Okay,
any of
no.
them.
All right.
I hate that. I'm watching Law and Order, and then all of a sudden Raw comes on USA, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Law and Order. You watch a lot of like network TV. You watch shows like that?
No, Katie does. She's always on. Like if she's sitting on the couch, there's Law and Order on.
I think we
She
talked
actually
about
said the other day, it's funny, she's like, I watch so many of these and I barely see a repeat. Literally the next 2, we both seen probably 5 times.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Man,
It's
How
like,
many
of
repeats?
course, the
Isn't
day I
it-
say this.
They're not making any more of them, are they? It's all repeats at this point, right?
No, I think
Oh.
it's still on because
Is it?
they changed
I
the
don't even know.
storyline. You know what? I think that did end a year ago or 6 months ago because like Stabler was doing undercover stuff and then whatever that.
He's got names.
I don't
Stabler.
remember what the girl's her name is like Misha or something like
So
that.
basically,
The
you're
main-
saying it's over, and it's
yeah,
over.
they
It's
kind of.
basically
I'm
reruns.
pretty sure because they almost like kissed, and that was like the big publicity. Like, are they gonna finally get together? Because there's always that like possibility. They started the storyline started working into that, and then they went to go kiss, and then she pulled away, and it never happened.
Dude,
I love it.
we got to stop.
No, this is great.
We've got to
This
stop.
is fucking great.
So if anybody
This is
has
great.
Law and Order questions,
Listen,
I could
he
probably
goes,
catch you
we
up.
got to stop. This coming from the guy who watches Bonanza and
Yeah,
Gunsmoke.
well, I'm not talking about it right now. I mean, I know the repeats.
And
They're not making that anymore.
Sometimes he'll sit there and he'll go, "Look at that! It was such a nice time."
It was nice.
It was-
you know?
I concur. It
was
was
a nice
definitely a
time.
much more simpler time.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
I mean,
went
I
to
feel
work,
like
your mom
10
could stay
years ago.
home.
I feel like 10 years ago was a much simpler time.
I don't, no doubt about
Fuck,
that.
4
too.
years
Right?
ago was.
Yeah, 4.
It's crazy.
Not to say 4 years ago was the best either, but it's certainly better than today.
I read somewhere that they're saying that the Earth is overpopulated, and then there's the argument saying that's not true. You could pretty much fit everybody on the planet,
Like in the state of Rhode Island.
like Texas or something like that.
Yeah, we could all.
Do you think
No.
that's possible?
No.
Everyone on the planet in Texas.
No fucking way. Oh, yeah, if you're all...
I did- I did
Where's my
hear that.
stat? Where's my stat guy?
I did.
Go on.
I did hear that.
Somebody look that up.
Hang on, I got something about this, too, because you're crazy.
No,
Well,
literally.
We wouldn't want to give out disinformation.
Here's the overpopulation of the world's cities. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. But look, like, can everyone... like?
20th largest metropolitan cities in the world is Beijing at 12 million. 19th place is
That's
Rio
not
de
what. That's not the
Janeiro,
question. The question
12
is,
million.
can everybody on the
These are in
planet
one
fit in
city.
Texas?
All right, no, I have a actually point blank answer to that. It says no. Texas is about 170 million acres, and the Earth's population is 7.4 billion. Now, you could give everyone in the United States half an acre in Texas, in theory. In fact, you could, in theory, house the entire population of the Earth into Texas, which I don't understand why I just said no,
No,
up there,
right.
at a population density of 27,000 people per square mile. All right, so you're saying you technically could,
You
but
could,
it's going
but
to be like,
you'd be standing on top of someone.
yeah, you're going to be
Right.
like a bus.
34 million in Tokyo,
He's still counting
and
major cities.
that really looks miserable. Oh
Yeah?
my god!
How big is?
But think
how
about
big
that.
is
So
Tokyo,
wait
though?
a minute. So that said, everybody on the planet, 27,000 per square mile on the planet. So that means that take another couple of states. So basically, you can fit everybody on the planet into like say 3 states.
Pretty much the entire South. If you were to take North Carolina down through Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida, that's got to be bigger than Texas, because Florida's the third largest state landmass wise.
California's huge too. But you're saying the whole
That's fine.
South.
If
right.
we're going to take in everybody from other countries, send them to fucking California.
So everybody's good. Everybody's family's good. Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, all right, let's wrap this up. I mean, what the hell?
We haven't been together
2
for a
months.
while.
2 months and we don't have anything to say.
Oh, we have a lot to say. There's a lot. I mean,
oh,
we can't fit everything
fucking-
into 1 hour.
You know,
with a pee
wrestling,
break.
wrestling, and friggin'. You know,
We can have a little bit of talk about
TV
soccer,
shows.
how the
Listen.
United States has gotten completely embarrassed in the last 2 weeks.
no one wants to hear
No,
about that. either.
yeah. Well,
I mean, we talk about the Women's World Cup coming up. I mean, no one wants to hear about that.
well, whatever. Who gives a shit? Are you going to watch it?
I'd watch
I'll
it at
pick
the
up
women's
some.
final.
Yeah, I'll pick
No,
up a
final,
couple games,
but yeah. Whatever. I just have
female soccer is not really entertaining to me.
No.
It's as bad as watching our CONCACAF Gold Cup the other day. It's like it's worse
No
than
one
my
knows what
son's
that
team.
is either.
It's one of the two
cares.
big tournaments in the U.S. for
I
like.
know, we weren't supposed to go down this road.
No, I'm just telling
Okay.
you, we looked that bad, or not even us. We did look bad, but we didn't even make it to the finals. That finals was completely embarrassing.
It was bad. I will give you that because I did watch it.
well.
What do we talk about Biden? I mean, that's all we talk
I mean,
about. He is.
it's just a disaster. We all know. Everybody knows that it's a disaster.
Bidenomics.
Bidenomics. It's the worst thing. I mean, and he runs with it.
What about cocaine? We can talk about
Oh,
that.
cocaine. Okay. We don't know whose coke it is. We're never going to get to the bottom of it.
I'm
Said
surprised.
no FBI agent who investigated a crime in the White House ever. Nobody said that. No one's ever said, we'll just never get to the bottom of it.
Found it Sunday. They didn't find it.
Well,
So it
all right.
couldn't have been
Oh,
that.
so it couldn't have been the 4th of July?
Must have been different.
I don't
Well,
think
he
it
was
was
still
the 4th
doing
of
it that
July.
night. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. It
Whatever.
doesn't reflect the opinion of anybody else in this room.
What is
This
that
chair, this
noise,
chair,
man?
it's my chair. It squeaks. And he's little Earl.
It's a little distracting.
I'm sorry.
It is.
All right. You know,
in the defense of the left, though, we got some fucked up wackos on the right too.
Yeah.
Of course we
not
do.
near as
Of
many
course we
as they
do.
do on that side.
of course we do.
But they do take the cake for some fucking weird ass people.
But okay.
Have you seen the do-rag?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, well, he
I
had
don't even
cancer.
understand
He
that.
had
He had
cancer and he
cancer.
lost his hair or
Yeah, but
something
he
like
had
that.
it. Well, why is he wearing a fucking do-rag?
I know. I think it's to hide the fact that he has no fucking brains. That's why.
Yeah, well, it must be his brains. There isn't any.
They're just ridiculous.
So he had cancer. That's why he wears that.
I don't want the
Supposedly.
guy to have cancer. I don't want anybody to get cancer.
Yeah,
But take off the do-rag already.
maybe him.
Either shave your head, get a shitty toupee. Like who's the guy that has a shitty toupee in Congress?
Little cancer for Pelosi, little cancer for him.
Okay, he's wishing
It doesn't
cancer
hurt. It doesn't hurt him.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, if he has cancer, I mean, him still showing up every day to be an asshole.
I think he's
like
beat
he's
it or
doing all
something.
right.
I think he's off
I think
of it
he's
now.
off of it. He's just a lib,
He's
which is
screaming
fine.
him.
I love liberals.
Yeah, but
I love
not
them
when they
all.
sit
I love
there and-
everyone.
They're literally lying. They said
Except
there's
when
no
they lie.
evidence. They got the 2 IRS whistleblowers sitting there telling them, and they're saying there's no evidence. I mean, what the fuck?
It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. We have
I think that's the part of the problem is if they've got used to telling us so much bullshit and we've bought it for so long, but then now there's so many
no,
people
but
that
see,
are
I'm
like,
tired of
"We're
hearing
done."
that too. We bought it. Who bought it? We didn't buy it.
Well,
people
I
that
think
think
we,
people,
I think we went along.
I don't know
with it for a
anybody
while.
that bought it. I mean, I'm not going to say that.
What are you
going
going
to
to do about it?
That's what I'm saying. Over the, not even just. I'm not talking about Obama and Trump or Biden. I'm saying generally speaking, I think they've
You're
had
talking
a
about
lot
the
of
media. That's what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the media, and I am talking about the politicians. I think things have been happening up there that us, the people, don't necessarily know of, or we're slightly misled. And it wasn't until 2008 before we were fed so much bullshit that it became aware that people were like, all right, I'm not buying this. And it's only gotten worse since 2008, starting with going even to COVID and everything, to the point where they're telling us this, and we're like, listen, we're not completely dumb. We don't know exactly what's going on, but we know that it can't be that, because that shit don't make sense.
I have 2 young, beautiful girls. We all have children. What is going on here? And I've had to have hardcore discussions
my kids
with my
liberals. Your kids
I know,
are liberals.
I know.
So you
Well,
need to
not
snap
so
that.
much. My youngest just turned 18. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Happy birthday, you liberal.
18. You liberal. She's going off to college. I'm going to miss her. You liberal. No, we've had some good talks. She understands more than the older one. And I think now that my older daughter is on her own and experienced certain things with, finances and this and that.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah. It's a wake up call. Now, Daddy's not such a goofball anymore. Now it kind of makes sense. Because you always say, "Why are you always so aggravated?" Every time I talk to you, you sound like you're aggravated. Well,
It's hard not to be.
Well,
If you watch the news, it's hard not to be.
yes, that is true. I'm going to give you that, Bus.
Because
That's
I know
true.
some people that just don't watch the news, and I'm like,
And how do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
I don't either. You got to watch.
Could you not watch the news?
Troy can't tell.
Troy,
on his phone.
he's on his phone.
I don't actually watch the news really much anymore. I used to live with it in the background. I used to live with it in the background all the time. Oh,
Just
after
shut
I
up. So
finish
you
my
go
little
down a
things.
rabbit hole. Give me a beer. What happened?
I just muted myself.
Oh, you're muted yourself. All right. Fucking, what was the question?
I don't know what it was. Do you watch the news?
Oh, yeah. All right. So I used to constantly have the news on all the time, 24/7. And I started realizing I was just so angry all the time. And then, I would have Fox News on. Honestly, I would have that on. And then you're just listening. And so they would go to every...
It is the same thing over and over.
And that's the
over.
thing that
I will
makes
give you
it
that.
really bad is that every hour...
I will give you
every
that.
hour upon the hour, they got to cover the same shit. So I'm
Right.
sitting there at my computer for 4 or 5 hours, and I've heard everybody's perspective, which pretty much is mine, and we all share that. But I get it pounded into my head, so I'm just fucking pissed off.
Well, and that's
And
what
so I'm
my,
like, I
my
gotta
wife
turn it
says.
off.
My wife says I'm turning into my parents because I used to bitch
Yep.
at them all
I'm
the
back.
time.
Yeah.
Because all they did was have Fox on, and I go, "Gosh, do y'all ever watch anything else?" And now she busts my balls, and I'm like, "Well, there's nothing else on. I'm not watching Law and Order." I mean,
Well, the thing is so I just stopped watching the news altogether. But if there's an event
and I'm
of
not
some
watching
sort,
the New York Yankees. I'm not watching that. shit.
you're not baseball.
I don't.
anymore.
You're not a baseball fan.
No, I'm not baseball, so I don't know what else to watch.
You wouldn't
when
watch the
Chiefs-
Rays?
No,
Why not?
because it bores the living piss out of me.
I've only seen one baseball game that was
I love how we
entertaining at
just
the end
zip
of it,
around
but
topics.
outside of that, that was that's I think the only baseball.
Oh, you
game.
just want to shoot yourself.
Well,
like
Let's not-
five-year-old t-ball.
I
That's
did hear they're
fucking
better.
torturous.
I did hear they're better. The baseball gets quicker, but I don't know.
It is. I could watch it. But
How
listen,
is it
really
better?
quick.
Did
Wait, hold
people
on,
get
hold on.
bigger,
But
stronger,
anyway,
faster?
I'm
And-
watching
Hold on.
more.
We'll
I
get
watch
we'll
more
talk
news.
about that. To your point, though, I think the way to do that with the news is you can't just sit there because every show is just it really is repetition, and
It's just
and
a
and the
different
host
talking
it's a little
head.
take, right? A little different take.
Yeah.
You have to pick and choose the shows you want to watch, and that's it. You don't have to watch every single one of them. You like to watch this one at whatever time or in the morning, and then that's it. I get, you guys are you on Twitter?
I'm
Dude, I
on there,
got
but I'm
Twitter.
not-
Dude, I got Twitter.
No, I go
You
on
did?
there.
I did, but I never look at it. I put it on here.
Did you got it?
Yeah.
I go on there about
Listen,
once
that's
a day.
fucking huge.
I did
I'm
get it.
really
He
cranking
got
it
it.
up.
He's still trying to figure out how to use it.
I don't know how to use it, but I put it on.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun now.
I was so happy.
This
that
is going to be the best.
I wasn't going to sign up for that other shit thread or whatever, so I had to sign up for Twitter.
No, because and I heard somebody said if you sign up for Thread, you have to give up your Instagram. I don't want to give up my Instagram.
No, you can't. You
Can't have
use,
both.
You can't use Instagram contacts or something on your thread or something like that. I don't know.
You can't. Yeah,
But
you
Thread-
probably got to find new.
You got to
your
start
friends.
all over again.
But
Probably.
Instagram
Listen,
and,
I have
and
like
Thread are owned by the same
I'm
people.
the worst on Twitter. I have
Well,
like
so is Facebook.
140
All of them.
something
I know, all three of
followers.
them.
I have
It's Meta.
I do nothing. I mean, I don't have a lot of followers. It's fine.
Pretty much we can tell by this podcast.
The podcast
We
has
know how
even
many
less.
fucking followers there are. There's zero.
Listen, you're on Twitter now. Now you can start tweeting things. You could be the administrator. Troy, we just made Buster the
Who
administrator.
do I tweet to?
The universe, dude.
Can you just tweet to the universe?
Yes.
Hey,
Put shit out
he
there.
pays somebody
You can
to
just
post
tweet to
for
anybody?
You just
for
put
the-
a fucking tweet out there.
Calusa.
Whatever's on your mind,
Where
you
does it
send it
go?
out
Where
into
does it
the
go?
fucking Twitterverse, dude.
Yeah.
Every Twitter person gets it?
Whoever, if
they come look at
okay,
you.
if your profile is public, means anyone can see your tweets.
I don't think I made I don't know how to do that.
Well, I can help you with that.
I don't give a shit. I don't want it private.
Yeah,
Let it rip.
no, let it rip.
No,
is what I'm
mine's not
saying.
either. Every once in a while, I get on there because I get like the president's thing, so I always get a message from him that says how great he's doing. And then sometimes I see like posts from other people that are like
Troy says I get a message from him.
Yeah.
Oh, you see
He
his
sends it
tweet.
directly to me.
directly to Troy.
But I go on there and I listen to what these people are saying, and every once in a while I respond to them. I've gone back and forth a couple times on there, but I will tell you this much: when Elon talks about there being, I don't want to fraud. What is the word? Fake accounts or whatever he calls them, like robots.
Yeah, bots.
There's definitely that going on because
still bots.
some of the things that people say, I don't care if you're on the left. There's just no way somebody's saying that. Shit doesn't even make sense.
Right.
And it's more like they
Have you ever
come
heard
in
our vice
just-
president? I mean, she
Uh-huh.
doesn't make any sense. I mean, what the
No,
hell?
but yeah, I mean that could possibly be it, but it does have a feel of a robot on it, an AI type of thing. Because even what they can do with AI now is like freaking phenomenal. So I really do, I think some of the things people say, because some of it's completely off topic, but all it does is piss people off that then come in and comment on it, and then it becomes this whole banter back and forth, and it's all started by somebody or something that is, it's not real.
Hey, listen, I don't know. Did we talk about that I one of our listeners actually agrees with you? Did we talk about that on the
Are we
on the
jumping
air?
into that?
I just want to.
About the wiping?
Yeah.
That's a disgusting person.
Okay. He's a really dynamo. I love him. I love you, Dave. But he
I wouldn't have said his
sat
name.
down. I sat down next to him the other night.
He didn't say his last name.
No, I didn't say his
Dave the Wiper.
Dave.
Dave's an idiot.
Dave the
Dave the
wrong way.
right- the right
no,
wiper.
Dave is not an idiot.
Dave the right wiper.
So-
Good job, Dave.
Good job, Dave.
If that's how I'm getting introduced to Dave, is he's telling me he's wiping the wrong
I
way.
sit down.
I'm not listening.
And I'm
to
looking
my
at him.
friend.
He's got this look on his face, and I know. I'm like, what's up, dude? He goes, Buster was right. I said, what? He goes, Buster was right.
See, I ain't the
That's
only one.
I was like, what?
I'm not the only one.
And then he asked another friend, and he says, Kenny, what are you kidding? He goes, what is it? Front to back. And he agrees with you. That's the
I ain't
only
the
other
one.
person.
Yeah,
And
you know
he's a
what he said?
lefty. Are you a lefty?
No,
With anything?
no.
I was born a left-handed person, and I don't believe what Buster's saying.
And
is
you
correct.
identify as a right-handed person now?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say,
My
Troy?
mother
You
changed
gotta
me.
use the toilet that you're.
We still accept you, Troy.
My daughter did the. She was changed when she was a kid too.
I guess.
It's a Catholic thing. It's like if
It's
you're
a
a left, it
Catholic
is.
thing.
It's like if you're like old school hardcore Catholic, being with your left hand is of the devil. Not to mention
The priests only want you to use your right hand? Is that what you're trying to say?
for writing. But then if you talk to a
writing.
teacher,
They ain't right.
well, that's the thing. If you're writing with your left
said for
hand, you
writing.
smear their paper. So teachers don't necessarily like it, but they're not going to change you that way. But I will say it's very powerful as you grow up. If you were born left-handed and then you were taught to do everything on the right side, you think about things differently. My
I'm
daughter's
thinking
just
about
like-
how you got me from talking about wiping your ass a specific way to whatever you're talking about
Well,
right
somehow
now.
you let out, like, if you did this, you asked if he was left-handed.
Oh, yeah,
So, like,
no.
if you wipe
Well,
the wrong
they-
way, are you
yeah.
left-handed?
I don't know.
Is that what you were leading into?
I was asking. I just wanted to see if there was any kind of commonality, any kind of common trait.
There ain't.
I don't think that's it. There's
I
just can't
there's
believe it.
something else.
I guarantee it's not
Dave,
all.
David, try the other way, buddy.
No,
Try
I
the
tried.
other way.
It's not easy.
What is he, like 50, 60 years old? And
Yeah,
he's like,
he's older than
mixing
me.
it
Yeah,
all
you know
up?
what he said?
Yeah.
He said he knows where his balls start. That's when I say the same thing. Because you're everyone's like, where do you go with your ball? No, you don't go to
No.
your balls. You know, you bunch of losers.
I don't know. I mean, how do you not go to your balls?
I'll tell you what.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
call
when you
you
have
the
like
next
little
time.
pea-sized peanuts like you have,
Next time in there, I'm gonna
it'd
have
be
you come
easy
in and
not
watch
to
it.
brush up against them.
I'm gonna have you come watch.
No, I don't want to come and watch.
First of all, mine are hanging down so far I can't get there. They're way down there, so they don't go that far.
You almost flush them.
Yeah.
Oh
they're
my
way
God!
down. I'm
Come
getting
on.
Old.
See, I'm afraid of that too.
To flush your balls? I mean,
No,
it ain't
getting
that
old
hard.
and having a saggy sack.
You'll get there.
I hope not.
You're 60.
Is there
next
anything you
month.
can
I just
do? Are
turned
there like
60.
the women? Where they have Kegels? They have the Kegels exercise. What do we have?
I don't think you can do
boys
anything.
are supposed to be doing it too. It's not just girls.
Really? What are you
Who,
talking about?
Men?
Yeah, strengthens your business.
Kegel? What do you do?
It's the same thing.
I don't even know what it does then. How they do it?
You probably do Kegels all the time. You just don't realize you're doing them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody named Tubby. I mean Buster gained a few pounds.
I've gained. I just went to the doctor.
He might not be able to
Good
see
Lord. Good Lord, dude.
That's
I'm like,
when you
holy
know you're
shit,
in
I've gotten
trouble.
fat.
it.
I'm like, those shoes have gotten heavy.
The shoes. He wonders.
Holy
He wonders why he's
shit.
falling asleep at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Holy shit, dude.
Well, first of all, it's 900 degrees out, and he sits outside. I don't know how he does it.
Have you
I don't
walked
sit
in on
outside
sleeping?
anymore.
This is twice I've walked in on him and sleeping out back.
I just
The first time it was because we did a shot at lunch.
That's just resting my eyes.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
It happened once. We were sitting there, and then he opened his eyes. He looked around. He goes, "I'm back."
I can hear everything. I just rest.
Look, I love you. I love Dave, even though you wiped the wrong
Dave's
way.
a smart guy. What's he, a doctor? Smart guy. ain't he?
He's a smart. He is a very smart guy.
Yeah. See?
He just didn't
But-
read that
but
chapter of the starting
yeah.
book.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I don't even know what would make somebody do this but we don't have to get
I'm
into
not
it
doing
again.
this motion, like you're beating your meat. I mean, I ain't fucking doing that.
So how does Keaton wipe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you two had to teach him. I would
I
assume.
didn't teach him. No one ever taught me how to wipe.
Yeah, he said the same thing. No, maybe that's the problem. See,
that
there's
could be
the
the-
common
that could
denominator.
be the problem.
There's
I
the
have no
common
problem.
denominator.
There is no problem.
Yes, there
So
is.
your mom just told you, "Hey, go in there, make sure you wipe," and never taught you how to do it.
Pretty much. I can't really remember her doing it. No, I can't remember saying, okay.
But you don't remember.
Were you
teaching
like
your
all
kids?
curled over,
No.
like looking forward, like on down? And then
No, I don't do that.
No, I mean when you were a kid, like how did you know?
I don't do that. I don't go underneath my dick.
I just don't know why somebody would go. Like, what would be the inclination naturally to go that way?
I can't go the other way. You can't get your hand in there far enough.
You got to
leave
lift
it
a,
half
you have
up
to
there.
lift a cheek off the toilet.
Yeah, you got to just kind of
No, that's
lean.
what I
We've
do
been
that
over
too.
this, dude.
Lean.
You got to lean.
I
a
know.
little.
Why are we going through this again?
No, but only because I
Why don't
found.
y'all
I mean,
come
I
up with something
finally,
else?
listen, I
Come on with
promised him.
something else.
We're gonna have to rename the show just about this.
He wanted me to
wiping
tell you.
thing.
He wanted me to tell you that
I
you
know.
were
You
right.
already told me. So
All right.
why are you trying to say I'm wrong
not-
then? He said I'm right. So leave it at that.
It's one
Just
person.
because you can't. Well, it's one person that you know, and you know about 10 people. So that's one.
Hey, I'm gonna look it up and see if there's like a poll online. There's
Oh,
I
yes,
don't wanna
there
see
is.
it. No,
Oh,
no
yes,
question.
there is.
There's
We
gotta
did.
be
I
a
think
question.
we did it. We
We're
Googled
not
it.
Keep beating a dead horse.
And we
It's
Googled
done.
it.
And what was the percentages?
I didn't look
done.
at percentages. You said front to back.
Yeah.
Well, I
Is
know
the
what,
correct
I know-
way.
I know what the right way is. I'm not questioning that. I'm curious of how many people, like per capita, that does it wrong. It's
Anyway.
for that, but I'll tell you, like, I'm outside until 2:00 in the morning, pacing around the driveway or up and down the street talking to myself. It's still hot as fuck at night
I mean,
too.
he
You
admits
guys
it.
are worried about me
He admits
sleeping.
it.
Maybe you ought to go to
That's
sleep.
scary. Troy, what is wrong with you?
My wife woke up the other night. It was 1:30, so she'll come out there and she'll be like, "What do you?" She'll ask me the next day, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm doing the same thing I'm doing every fucking night. Like, why are you asking me?" And she asked me like with this like questioning look, like I'm doing something wrong. And I'm like, "I'm doing the same thing I do ever." So she comes out the other night. She just looked out the window. So the next morning she asked me like, "What time did you come in or whatever?" I said like 2. I said it was like 1:30. And she's like, "No, it wasn't. I looked out the window at 1:30 and I saw you walking up and down the street talking to yourself."
So you're not on the phone or texting somebody, let's say in
sometimes.
California or Thailand or wherever.
No.
You're just
rarely,
walking
rarely.
around talking to yourself.
Yeah.
And the neighbors don't complain. The cops never rolled up on
No
you.
one's up at that hour. Then that's why he's done.
Yeah,
it
they've
then.
never, honestly, I think some of
It's
the
so
neighbors
dead
probably.
quiet. They have to hear him talking to himself.
No, not at 2 in the morning.
I'm not talking that loud. At least I
Yeah.
don't think I am.
Yeah.
But they do see me moving my lips and my hand movements and everything else. I'm having whole conversations.
What are you talking about?
But that's
Different
exactly.
shit?
I'm practicing. There's nothing that
We
comes
can't even get a subject for this.
There's nothing that
He's talking.
Yeah, I mean,
Troy, record or write down what you're talking
Yeah, I
about
mean,
at 2:00 in the morning.
please.
rarely something comes out of my mouth. I hadn't already said it 100 times.
Right.
I practice everything before I say it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you,
I
wait a minute,
don't-
but how do you know what you're going
I
to
really
say the
don't
next
drink
day?
that much.
I'm just prepared.
I really don't drink
I really
that
don't
much. You
drink
know?
that much.
I'm not drinking that much.
No, officer.
No.
I wasn't. I'm not
No,
drinking and driving.
I'm fine. I'm this medication.
Maybe one beer.
I have actually practiced that conversation, and for what it's worth, it didn't keep me out of the back of the car, but it did get me off at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. That's
It worked.
hysterical.
So yeah, I did practice that one for a little
But what
while.
are you practicing, Troy?
Like conversation with clients or people, and
But how do you know what they're going to say? So do you have it both? You have a two-way
oh
conversation.
yeah.
So you're
Well,
You're
I'm not talking their side; they're talking in my
anticipating-
head.
right. You're anticipating what their question or complaint or whatever's
Exactly.
going to be, and then you're figuring out what your rebuttal is going to be.
Exactly.
Wow.
No, you really owe me that money. No, I'm serious. I need it all.
Well,
Okay, I'll take
the
half.
conversation would be exactly like this.
Okay.
That I'm like,
I'll take half the money. Give me some.
Give me something.
What do you mean? Well, what do you mean?
You
We're not going to.
practice it.
What do you mean we're not going to screw tonight?
Oh my
Honey,
God! No,
please.
no. I guarantee you, he's not mumbling that.
like for
could
what it's
be.
worth, I do practice conversations with my wife, and usually it does center around something with sexual. And it's not like the conversation I'm having with myself is the intimate conversation with her. It is
Yeah.
more about fighting about, hey, can we
Fighting,
have an
yeah.
opportunity?
You know,
Oh
what
my
are you
God,
doing?
Please. Can we at least talk about it?
What's funny is if the
I've been
neighbor,
practicing for
practicing.
I've been practicing for days. I mean nights.
the funny thing is if the neighbors were to hear that conversation, that one would be funny.
Then they'd be up with like popcorn and shit.
Well, the older guy up the street, he comes walking down the street. He sees me and talks to me every day, and I'm usually always outside. So
He's
he
not
stops and
there at
talks.
that hour, though.
No.
No,
Nobody
okay,
is. Not one person's.
figured.
Especially because I live on a dead end, and every person down there, they're all like 70.
Well, you're kind of
plus.
like security then. So, I mean, it's good.
No,
that
that's what I tell them. They all know that.
Yeah.
He's the night watch.
He's the night watch.
I got a gun handy. Know he's coming down there at that time.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, he comes. He always
Try
comes
singing.
talks to me.
Try that in a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what's funny is I've
The
actually.
video going.
I'll get you the
literally-
lyrics, bro. I'll get you the lyrics, and you do it. You have to get going.
But even the bodies, you take them out. I got a plan of what I'm going to do with them. I'm not throwing them away. I'm keeping them,
He is
taking their
fucking
IDs.
demented.
I thought the whole thing out.
Keep the bodies. What are you going to do with them?
Well, I'll get rid of them eventually.
in case the food supply
in
goes
the end
bad,
of the day,
you've got food.
No.
Throw them in if you have
no,
a big
I'm going to
freezer.
take all their shit. No, so everybody knows it's like hanging people in the street.
Right.
They're
yeah,
going to be
don't
fucking
come down this
stripped down.
block.
Exactly, and they're going to be in the middle of the fucking road.
There's Troy with a cowboy hat on, stirrups, and two freaking six shooters on each hip.
No, I got a whole plan.
Wow, that's
You've
crazy.
been outside talking. to
It's
yourself too
way
much.
too long.
See, these are the things I practice, and I do. I walk
That's a
around.
waste of time.
I
Go to
think about.
sleep.
I think about the lighting.
Who's
you know,
invading?
Go to bed.
Who's invading us here?
Jesus Christ. I mean, he sleeps for about 2 hours a night.
That's
and
what
he's
I'm
like,
saying.
I had a rough night. I didn't feel too good. I haven't slept. Well, yeah, you took 2 hours sleep.
Yeah,
you know?
Troy. Maybe you should try staying in bed.
That's
Maybe
what I said.
then,
Try to go to
maybe
sleep.
you're obviously you're walking up and down the street. What is you? You gotta be.
No, because you know what? Earlier in the problem is I sleep 5 hours. So if I were to go to bed at 11, I'm waking up in 5 hours.
You're
So-
waking up at 4:00.
Yeah, and so
Then you
I
go to
can't
the
back.
gym for an hour.
I know, but that means I got to go to bed at 11:30, and I'm going to lay there for 3 hours because I won't be able to go to sleep because it's not the way
You
I
need
work.
to get some sleeping pills or something. Then you need to get pills.
No,
Lots
but
of
that's the
pills.
problem. I take
Maybe, but the exercise might help, Troy. For real.
No, I know that would probably help, but
It doesn't really sound like you want the help, Troy.
He likes to walk around,
so I mean, I don't
especially in the
exercise,
damn
but-
heat. No wonder you shower when you go in, because I don't shower
What do you mean? You
before I go to bed.
You don't?
No,
You're out all day in the heat, sweating, and I'm going
I'm
to
not sweating.
Shit. What do you mean you're not sweating? Everybody sweats.
I'm not sweating right now. Are you? If you
No,
are,
but we're
I'm
in the-
actually kind of sweating.
We're in the air
well, it's kind
conditioning.
of hot. It's not that cold.
It's not hot in here
Things
at all.
probably broke again.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
There's
It's
probably
probably
one
broke
night
again.
every 3 weeks I don't take a shower before I go to bed. And it's just because
Do you shower in the morning?
I take a shower every night.
Do you shower? Well, yeah. So I shower in the morning. You don't shower in the morning.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I do at night too, but not all the time. So
I
I do it in
shower
the morning.
every night is pretty much a
I
shower.
shower every morning. So I'm clean during the day when people see
way
me.
I
Why do
see
you
it-
not want to go into your sheets like
Right,
fresh
and clean.
But why do you want to get up and walk around all day and stink?
But you're not sweating at night.
He ain't showering in the morning. Do you shower in the morning?
But he showered 4
I
hours
wasn't-
ago.
I
No.
wasn't digging ditches and
So you're not
sleeping.
I'm fucking working out every damn morning, first of all, but I'm showering.
Before you go to the gym.
No.
Okay.
Fuck would I have to do it before I go to the gym?
Right.
I'm going to shower sooner or later before lunch.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. 2 showers. What about
No,
you?
That'd be one shower. I usually don't shower at night.
I shower at night every
I
time.
said it. I gave a hypothetical. I said
know.
if you showered at
then I
night.
said I would shower, and that's one per day. One at night, which is before midnight. That's one day, and then after. I don't know if you know how you look at the clock, but that's what happens.
I do. I shower every night. Every once in a while, probably every 3 weeks, the night gets away from me. It's too late. I need to go to bed, and I will take a shower.
Yeah, you're all gritty. You got stuff, oils, all kinds of shit.
I know, and I
doing all-
I don't like doing that. But sometimes it's like just fucking go to bed. It's
Right.
time.
No. I've done that. Sure.
And you're just like you have to fucking deal with it later. So that happens. Let's just say every 3 weeks. I'm guessing. Outside of that, I have to take a shower every night because that's part of me actually even being able to go to sleep. Like it's part of that process.
It relaxes
Otherwise-
you.
That
Yeah,
wakes
because
me up.
otherwise I lay down and
Would
I'm
it?
already.
A
Yeah.
hot shower would wake you up?
Yes.
Huh.
See, I kind of like being clean going.
Most
to bed.
people shower in the morning, guys.
No,
I
a
hate
lot
to
of
tell you
people
that.
don't. No, I do.
Well,
I do every
hope
day.
so.
But I shower 90% of the time. I'll shower too before I get into bed.
Wait,
and I
what?
think a woman should definitely do that. Every woman
No.
should shower before they get into bed at night. Yes.
What are you getting laid every night?
No.
Like, how often do you clean your sheets? Daily?
Every week, once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Going to bed dirty every night for a week, that got to be kind of
I'm
fucked
not.
up.
They're not fucked up at all. You want to come look at them? They're not at all. It's not like I'm black and dirty. I'm not in a damn soot.
What does that mean?
I
You mean
think
like
when
from
you-
a
I
coal
think
mine?
when you get older
Yeah.
too, you
Oh.
don't sweat as much,
Okay.
probably, right? Do you sweat more when you're younger? See, I
I
sweat
don't
like
sweat
a
as much as
motherfucker.
I used to.
That's
I
what I was
used to
thinking.
sweat a lot more, but I guess maybe that is older. I don't know, but
Because I sweat like a motherfucker. Like,
I mean, if I'm out working in the yard, shit, I'm sweating, but not
Yeah.
like I used to.
I sweat like crazy.
yeah, I sweat all the
Oh,
Well,
time.
you're an Italian greasy fucking thing.
This is
Well,
true.
I'm as white
I
as
do.
it
I
comes.
sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
You're
why.
sweat.
sweating.
Well,
See, yeah, but why does race have to come? Ethnicity have to come into
Have
it?
you ever looked at Italians? They're all kind of got
What,
that
Irish
greasy-
people don't sweat. German people don't sweat.
No, we're
Yeah,
good.
It could be.
Sicilian
Or it
oil.
could also be because of the diet.
I don't think
A
it's
lot of
the
olive
diet.
oil.
I don't think
A
it's
lot of
diet.
oil.
I
No.
don't think so. No.
Did you see the Pfizer plant got destroyed?
You know, it's bad karma.
Oh,
I saw
that's
that.
too
dude.
bad.
That's too bad.
It was in
Bad karma.
Kentucky, I think, or something.
Yeah, Kentucky, right?
And I mean, a tornado
I mean,
ripped
just
the piss
ripped
out
it
of
apart.
So it was a tornado that destroyed it?
Yeah. God came after him for all their.
I would
fucking
imagine that the
evilness.
CEO
Oh no, he's not here, is he?
of Pfizer is pissed
Is
off.
that did they manufacture the COVID drug there?
I don't know. They said a lot of
Wait a
drugs
minute,
got
I feel like
ruined.
I'm channeling him right now.
No,
he's phoning
gone.
in.
He's in Italy.
I was very upset about the destruction in Kentucky.
Think about that insurance policy.
Why
We got
couldn't it
hammered,
hit
too.
the Derby?
Yeah, but if anybody's got profits, they do.
Fuck the horses.
That's true. They profited so much they could probably be self-insured.
Oh, they got so much damn money sitting in that they didn't even bother them.
That was going to be the next great thing in that factory.
And I will say too, speaking of big pharma, they have fucking come out. There's more commercials now than I have ever seen ever.
I think that's the only people advertising.
I have never. If you watch it and really pay attention, you watch how many of them are drug. Now there's a fat chick that dances because she's got diabetes, and I think that's the one that her taint explodes. The taint.
Oh, they explode.
They explode.
What
The taint.
explodes?
The taint. Remember
Oh,
the
the
taint?
perineum.
Perineum.
Yes, things are bad at Pfizer.
The taint.
We had to start the GoFundMe.
You remember the taint ass, taint dick.
yeah, I know what a taint is now.
Oh, you do? Okay,
But-
good. Yeah, so that it makes it swell. That's part of. That's one of the.
So a boy is called a taint and a girl's called perineum?
No, taint. The perineum is the real name.
Oh.
They both have taints.
So
We both
taint
got
is
taints.
just a nickname. That's
Yeah.
not the formal name.
Yeah, taint ass, taint
But the girls are exploding.
I got to
No, the
fly
man
the
and
fuck
women.
out of here.
What's that?
Men or women. That's a side effect.
Oh, it's for
it swells.
side effect of what?
That
Oh, it's a
was
side
the-
effect of one of the drugs.
Yes.
Oh shit, that sucks. That's one of my favorite parts.
We made a drug
shit.
with all side effects. Didn't cure or do anything. Just side effects.
Yeah, that's all it is. Side effect. 20 minutes of the, half of the ad is all the side effects.
No, my kids laugh and they always because they're getting old enough now. They're listening to
Right,
this stuff
starting-
and they're like, "Who's gonna take that?"
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, that was
No,
crazy.
We line up for it, and it's just part of the deal.
Well, she's up there dancing and she's huge. And my wife hates this word, but she's got a giant gunt. And she hates that word.
Well,
She goes, Mike, will you quit saying
What's
that?
a gun? Con?
A gut and a,
A
a gut and a
and the C word. See you
Gut
next
and the C.
Tuesday.
gut and the C together.
Gut and
You know,
the
it
C.
like goes down to the belt.
Kind of like
Oh, like a pooch?
Yeah, I don't have it. Mine's all above it. But that.
Oh, when it starts falling over?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, when
Well,
it's there
right
too.
above it, like right above it, and it's like bloop.
Big belly. It's like another belly.
But
Yeah.
a boy can have that.
Oh yeah, they can have it too. We
Oh,
don't-
like when you put your pants on, you have a belt, and they got
They
this
got
thing
it
coming out under
underneath
the
it.
belt, and
Yeah.
then they still got a big belly up top.
Yeah.
That's called a what?
gunt,
A gunt?
a gut and a
Got and see you next Tuesday. All in
gut
one.
and a C word. Not allowed to say.
No, we're not saying that.
Gunt.
Gunt.
And does that
Just
apply only to
completely-
females that have this?
Pretty
or
much
boys too?
females.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
I don't
female
really think
thing.
you'd. I mean, you could like rag on a guy and say, "It looks like you have a gun."
Yeah, you could say it. They'll know.
But most of the time, the term is used.
if you go up to a woman and say you got one, they don't.
Yeah, you're
mind.
going to get kicked in the
No,
balls.
they don't mind.
No,
Just
they
go
don't
and do
mind.
it.
No, no,
Yeah,
really.
go do it.
Actually, some of them take it as a compliment.
Yeah, it's like a comp. It's like
it's like
a,
a
nice
badge
ass.
of honor.
Yeah.
It's like a badge of
I
honor.
don't mind girls with like a little bit of pooch, but if they have pants on and it's popping out underneath, I don't know if I
Well,
like
that's
that.
my point.
Oh God.
And this woman's up
almighty.
there dancing. She's got diabetes. I'm like, shut her mouth, and she will maybe not have diabetes because she weighs probably 400 pounds.
Do you notice though how many commercials now has got fat chicks on it? Like what the fuck
That's what
is
I
going
mean.
on?
It's
Like
all
we're
fat.
advertising to make people fat.
All fat.
And I'm not saying that you should feel bad if you're fat or anything.
Well, that's
sort.
good.
But it's like
Thank you.
But it's like we're advertising and they're trying to normalize this and we're encouraging this behavior basically.
No, there's no doubt. They're trying to say that's normal is what they're trying to do.
And it's just crazy. It's normal for you to be
You
completely
look at this
unhealthy.
commercial, you'll see she's in a blue dress, and look at everyone behind her. They're all fat. They're all dancing, so they're so happy they got diabetes.
Would you ever see that commercial about it's for girls? I take
Starts
it
with
the
an
drug.
F. I can't remember the name of the drug, but you'll see it. It's on-
Farsiga.
Farsiga, and it's on there all.
I think that's
Oh,
it, right?
I know I've
No, I
had to
think
see
that's
this
the
because I
one.
know that.
It's not
name.
Farsiga?
You've seen it. I don't
I
think
think
it's
it is.
Farsiga.
Yeah, I think that's the one with the perineum. Oh, you're talking about? Yeah, that's the one, the diabetes one.
This is a diabetes one, yeah.
I'm
You'll
sure
see
I
it.
saw
She's
it, 'cause
on all
I've
the
seen
time.
so many.
Because
of them.
even my wife goes, your commercial, because they are on it constantly.
Well, most people of
And
that
then she
have
changes into a
diabetes.
yellow dress, and then she dances again. It's bad.
Will you guys ever see that commercial? And it says about and it's supposed to help girls poop, but you can't say it. And then they're like, because they're saying it, and right before they say the word poop or go to the bathroom or whatever, it cuts out, and it just goes through like 4 or 5 different women doing this, and then the other girl comes in and just says, "You can say it. Everybody does it."
Right,
This
I
is-
saw that.
there's
I
like-
saw that.
And that's like I'm like, who the fuck does that commercial?
Is that a drug for crapping?
Yeah, it's like to help
Oh.
women do their business more. And then the other drug that gets me is like, and this is like a pretty girl, and she's dancing like this dude's stomach is hurting or whatever, and it's like a
Well, that's the
form of
diarrhea, yeah.
the Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah,
It's
Pepto,
not
yeah.
Pepto-Bismol, but it's like a proper probably Pfizer drug or something. And she's dancing in the background, rubbing her stomachs, basically saying how this can make you better and go to the bathroom. And I'm like, man, like the girl's cute and she's dancing around. And you like want to be known like that's like the girl I know that did she's the picture on the
She's
douche
got
box.
money. She's
Like,
got
no,
money.
How much money did she get paid for that commercial?
Not much, but she got
Well,
something.
She got something.
Like the girl that was on the
Maybe
douche
she
box.
gets free drugs too, so she can crap. She's no
From
problem.
Pfizer.
The girl
That's
that I
no
know in
problem.
college that did the douche box, and you could go into Walgreens and here she is on the
She
beach
right on
with
the douche.
yeah, and like the beach is she's on the beach and the wind's blowing through her. She got paid like $2,400 to be world famous on a douche box spread throughout over Walgreens in the country.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to do that.
You got herpes?
No, but So I was like 22 years old, and all of a sudden I started to get this like strange rash that started at my spine, and it just was like a string, like not a string, but a skinny little thing that went from my spine around to like my belly button, and
From the back to the front?
yeah, from the back.
That's
like,
shingles.
Like a ring.
Shingles,
right.
dude.
No, so I didn't know what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
And like I'm young, so I'm only like 22, and so
That's when Keaton got it.
yeah,
Like
and
young.
That
so-
young?
Yeah. So
Keaton
all of a
got it
sudden,
younger.
my son's mom, my first son's mom, was over, and she touched my back.
Hurts
and
like
it
hell.
was. I'm like, oh fuck! Like I just felt it through my whole body. And I'm
Stings.
like, what the hell is going on? Like, she wasn't even touching the rash; she was just touching me somewhere else. It was the craziest thing. So I call my father, and I'm like, Dad, I got this thing. I don't know what this is. So I go over there to his office, and one of his nurses looks at it, and she's like, I know he's young, but I think he's got shingles. So I go to the doctor. They say it's shingles. They get me this medicine, right? So I go, they call it into the Walgreens pharmacy or whatever, and I go pick it up. And the girl that's giving me the stuff, she's looking at me funny. She's friends with my little sister, and I didn't know that. She's like, hi, Troy, do you remember me when I was little or whatever? And I'm like, no. And I don't even know what this medicine is. And so I'm like, no, it's like, whatever. Nice to meet you, Amanda, or whatever her fucking name was. And so then later on that night, no, it was like 2 days later. So I start taking the medicine. And when I got it, my son's mom, I told her what I got. And she's like, that's for herpes. And I'm like, what? No, I got shingles. And so then I look it up or I call it whatever. And it is like, it's a form of herpes.
Herpes?
Yeah. So then, like that night or 2 nights later, I don't remember, we went to this restaurant where my sister was a server. So she comes over and she's like, I heard you saw Amanda. Again, I'm going to use that name.
Right.
And she's like, yeah. And she kind of was acting funny about it. She's like, well, yeah. And she's like, she didn't really tell me what was wrong, but what's going on?
Right.
And I started laughing because at this point, now I already knew this was a herpes medicine. So
Right.
here's this little girl seeing me come in there and get
herpes medicine. Oh my God.
And yeah, so anyways, that's the story anyhow. But
Well, she just violated HIPAA rules.
Right.
You could have her.
no,
probably was no HIPAA
no,
rule.
she didn't tell
I
my
know there
sister.
wasn't back then.
No, she didn't tell my sister.
If she told your sister something. 'cause your
Yeah,
sister
absolutely.
fucking knew
Your
something
sister's
was
looking
going
at you like,
She told
well,
your sister.
What's going on? I really don't know, but what's going on?
Who's
She's full of
Troy
shit.
seeing? Some crack whore?
Right.
Well, honestly, if
he
I
got
had-
it so bad it wrapped around his
Wrapped
waist.
around his waist from his taint all the way to his back.
and he doesn't even know what a taint is.
No, exactly. Honestly, I would think that. Honestly, I don't think the girl told my sister because if my sister truly thought I had herpes, she wouldn't say it in front of my son's mom because she'd be like, "Oh, yep, Troy, it's not a surprise." But
Right. You
so
could've
she
got it.
probably wouldn't have said it. Yeah, because I wouldn't have gotten it from her. I would have gotten it from somebody
No,
else.
my son got it when he was young too. It was weird because I'm like, no way he could have it, and he got it. But it usually wraps this way.
Oh, it may have been that way.
It
May have
usually
been
wraps
that way.
this way, not to your. Yeah, it usually wraps around your
Oh
belly.
no, mine literally.
What do you mean? It
was-
just wraps around the front of your body?
Or yeah, it starts. It'll go to the back, but it usually makes a circle.
It
around.
starts in the front?
I don't know where it starts.
Huh.
But
I
it'll
can't
make-
remember
shit.
if it started in my spine. I feel like that's
It
where
could have
it
been
started.
the spine, but it comes back.
See,
around.
I
But
heard-
then
I've
it
seen
just
people
wrapped
that-
around to my belly button,
Yeah.
and that was it.
That's what it is.
I've seen it where people have it on their back or their eye. My grandmother used to get it over her eyes.
But you only get it once.
Do you?
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
think
know
you
if
can
there
get it
was-
again.
No?
I don't think so.
Well, that's good. I got it out of the way then.
Yeah, I don't. I know they make a shingles vaccine.
Vaccine. So
I'm
being
not
that-
getting a
being-
fucking vaccine. I'll get shingles to get.
I didn't
before
want to get
take
it
a
either.
vaccine.
I could get it because I'm old, but I don't want to get it either. I'm like, fuck
didn't get it?
No.
My wife's been saying I should get it. And I'm like,
Screw it.
nah, I don't know.
Is it contagious?
No.
I don't know.
Isn't it like they always say
From
like,
the measles.
oh, it's measles. I was thinking it was chicken pox.
Oh, maybe it is chicken pox. Is it chicken pox?
Chicken pox, I think.
Yeah, and like if you
I
had
think it's-
chicken pox, like
You can
something's
have
left in
shingles.
that's something left
Yeah, it's
You
inside
can
you.
get
pox.
shingles.
It's one of them.
But then like so our kids like now they get chicken like they don't get chicken pox
no,
anymore. They
but
all
I
take a
got chicken
vaccine.
pox. Did you have
All of
chicken
us
pox?
did. All
Yeah.
of us did.
Oh, we all
'Cause
had
we
it.
didn't have vaccines or nothing for that.
No, we all had
In
it.
fact, if your neighbor had it, your mom would send you over there
To get it.
Go get
Right,
it.
pretty
so
much
you
to
would
get
get
it.
the
The
shit out of the
antibodies,
way.
right.
And so it worked when I had chicken pox. It was during the summer, and my mom did send us to the neighbor's house or somebody's house that had it. So we got it, and we got it out of the way.
Now that's fucked up.
They wanted to get out of the way, and it was summertime, so we weren't in school. So she's like,
Well, what if they got hemorrhoids? You can go over there and catch those
No,
too. That doesn't
that's
fucking
not the
make any
same
sense.
thing.
No, I
I'm
think
not
Hemorrhoids
fucking going over
and
there to get
chicken
chicken. I'd
pox.
be, Mom, get the fuck
Hemorrhoids.
out of here. I'm not getting chicken pox.
I think a lot of parents did.
Go
that.
over
My
there and
wife's
buck foot
mom
Johnny,
did.
Troy, so you get the hemorrhoids
Yeah,
out of the way.
go over there and roll around with Johnny.
Yeah, rub your
What
asses
the
together.
hell?
So you get. I mean, it's not the same thing.
I don't know. Did your mom send you to get chicken
I
pox?
don't remember. I've chosen to block out a lot of my childhood.
I didn't get that. I mean, I think I just got it. Maybe I got it from my brothers.
I'm pretty sure my mom, or my wife's mom sent her to the neighbor's house to get it too. Because they want to get it out of the way.
Whatever. I don't get it out of the way. My ass. I've never heard of that.
So now you're prepared for it. So when you get it, like it's not like a surprise, and you're like, "Oh, did you get bit by a bug?" And then all of a sudden, it starts
it
showing
goes
up
bug everywhere else. Well, you figure it out real quick. You know.
Yeah,
It's
but at
only
least
like
you're
one day the bug-
prepared. You're prepared.
Prepared to
for
do
it.
what? Put a little ointment on it. That's all you,
You
gotta
did.
do.
What is that? Callaway or
Yeah,
something?
you put
Callaway.
oil.
Callaway's a well. That's Callaway's a golf club.
That's so you wouldn't itch. you know?
Calamine.
I did-
Calamine.
Calamine.
lotion.
Yeah, Calamine.
It itched like
I
a son of
love
a
it.
bitch.
My brother got one on his eye. That
Oh,
was
did he?
kinda crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Ooh.
surprised.
Anything with the eyes.
Yeah, but it seems weird that it shows up there, but he got one on his eye. Mine was like just on my body. But honestly, I feel like my brother got it worse than me, if I remember
Well,
correctly.
maybe that's what happened to him.
Hey, so I had a
You're not
dream the
from
other
Florida.
night. I had one of my
Oh.
dreams.
I have dream every night.
Go ahead.
See, I don't. I have
Every
nightmares.
night I
have
dream.
nightmares. I don't even have good dreams.
Well, that nightmare's a dream.
I'm calling it a nightmare.
But it's
the
still a
same
dream.
thing.
It's a
Look,
scary dream. Is a nightmare,
Yeah. So
right?
Of course. I mean, what the hell? It ain't like it's real.
I felt like it was.
I had a
Well,
dream I was
that's-
skidding. I had a dream I lost control of my truck. That I was losing control of my truck going on a highway
Don't-
around curves.
Don't hog his
No,
damn
I'm not.
rabbit
I'm just
hole.
saying that was it.
Do you know-
Scared the
do you know-
shit out of
do you
me, and
know
I
the
was like,
reason?
and I actually felt like the ass end of the truck going out, and I was working the brake and everything, and it was going, and I was fighting the steering wheel, and the car just kept on sliding. Did you ever have a dream like that? Like you're trying to correct it
I don't know.
in a crash?
Mine just went in the water the other dream.
Your car?
But it was Dan and Colin.
Really?
Yeah.
in the car with you.
Yeah, Dan was driving and it went right in the lake.
Dan driving
Wow.
now.
That's what it was. I think that's why.
Damn.
God
All right,
rest-
sorry.
rest in
Sorry,
peace,
Troy.
Dan.
I
We
No,
love
no,
you.
no. But you know why you had that dream? I had to read about this in my counsel.
I have it
talked
a
about
lot.
too. But you know what it is?
What? I'm
It's-
losing control?
Yeah. That's what it is. Like you're coming in, you're in a situation that you feel like you can't control it.
Oh, man, this is fucking deep.
No, so
Losing control of what?
just
He's already
life,
lost
like what's
control.
going on, your
He already
work or
lost
whatever it is.
control.
Control's already gone. It's,
Yeah.
it's
It's
fucking
over.
history.
It's a freaking 9-car pileup.
He should be dreaming about a burning. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean I'd love a sex dream. I can't have those.
Well, no, we don't
dreams.
have. No
No,
one has
no.
those.
No.
Well,
I had a
I've
sex
'em.
dream once.
Yeah, but not when you're old. You don't have them when you're
Yeah, I
older,
was in
'cause
high
you-
school.
Yeah, you don't have them.
That's the only time I had a wet dream.
Okay.
So
I know we
really,
didn't need
now,
to talk
now
about
I'm
that.
not.
No, we don't need to
Whatever.
hear
Now
that.
I'm going to be fucking walking around at 2:00 in the morning. I've lost control. How did I lose control? I'm not really sure. Well, let me tell you, Anthony, how you lost control. All right, please tell me.
Don't you know how you lost control?
Mm.
Or where you're at? What are you not in control of in the moment? Because you're feeling it. That's why you had the dream.
What
You
was
had a
your?
bad
Can
day.
we get to your
God,
dream?
I'm
so-
so glad we did this today.
Yeah. So my dreams, my nightmares are always have to do with me falling. Always. But this time it was like the window washers on skyscrapers? Like the people that got those little like
Yeah,
lifting
yeah.
it from the
We
top
got
or
you. We're
whatever.
with you.
Scaffolding.
Yeah. It's like a thing that's tied at the
Yeah,
top and they
we
do
got
like
you.
there's
Yeah.
a dolly or whatever put
Yeah.
up and down.
They're always on
Always
TV
on
where someone's
scaffolding and
hanging
they have
off
a
of-
lanyard.
Exactly.
It's a lanyard that they hook on.
Yeah, but they're like in a platform.
Oh, okay,
that's
I got
got
you.
a
Yeah,
cage
yeah,
around
yeah,
it, kind of.
Yeah, it's called scaffolding. Window, yeah.
Not
High-
scaffolding, not like all the way up.
Whatever. They're
It's
cleaning the
called-
fucking
yeah.
windows. It's up.
Go
to them.
ahead.
But this thing, and I wasn't cleaning the windows.
Motor scaffolding.
But it was like a bench that was like a front porch bench, like a swing, like you put on your
Yeah.
front porch.
Yeah.
But it was like that, but it wasn't very deep. It's not like, front porch ones are probably about 18 inches to 24 inches. So you sit your ass back there. This thing was only like 8, maybe 10 inches. And so it wasn't balancing back. It was balancing
Do you
kind
know what
of
that
like,
means? It means your dick's too small.
I mean, you're not.
it could very well mean that. That might be part of my control issue or lack thereof. And
Oh, my
so I was getting pulled up, and I don't know what my purpose was because I wasn't washing the windows. But as I'm going up, the windows were really tinted, so you couldn't really see in that well. But every window, there was like everybody had little dolls or stuffed animals or statues, and I'm seeing them. And one of them had like a little monster statue and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I got up to a place, and I don't know even what I was doing. But then it was time to go down, and they were letting me down, and something broke. And all of a sudden, I like went fast down, say 8 stories. And I was like teetering forward because there was no way to like really hang on there. I was scared shitless. So they started letting me down again, and it happened again. Now,
I hate
I
heights.
woke up and I was like, almost hit my wife because like I freaked out, sweating to death.
You should have took the opportunity. No, I'm just kidding.
No, so
Did you get up and take another shower since you were sweating?
No, I had to take one in the morning
what
because
the
I do
fuck?
that.
I mean-
if I have these nights, and so every time I'd go back to sleep, because this was like at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, I'd try to go back to sleep, but every time I went back to sleep, I'd wind up in the same place.
Really?
And so yeah, all the time.
And you sure you woke up? You weren't continuously dreaming that you were waking up?
No,
and
I
getting
woke
back
up.
into-
No, I
you were-
woke
okay.
up. So I've talked about it with my counselor. I'm going to have a process when this happens again because I keep going back to sleep, and I try to go back to sleep and think like positive things. And I always go to a thing where I'm fishing on the beach.
What does the counselor tell you to do?
So what we're going to do now?
Whack your meat or something?
No, I'm going to get up.
God
I'm
forbid.
truly going to get up,
Sorry.
go get a drink or something, like completely because I stay in bed.
Yeah, but I'll get up, take a leak, and come back and go back into the dream again.
Well, I don't know. I
It
never.
may-
I
Are
never
you kidding
done it.
me?
Yes.
See, if I
not
wake
kidding.
up and I go back to sleep, I don't have necessarily the same dream, but I have bizarre dreams.
This show's not just entertainment; it's
Listen,
educational.
education.
film.
Educational bunch of idiots that don't know what they're saying. You know, that's the problem.
But listen, think about it. If we had to talk,
None of
we
us
could
know
talk
what the
about,
fuck we're
of course
talking
we do,
about.
but that's the beauty of this. It's like Seinfeld.
It's
It's
the
a show
beauty.
about nothing.
Oh,
I'm
that's
completely
great.
know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
You guys might not
Of
know
course
what
you
you're
do.
talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. What is the matter
He's
with
got
him?
fucking herpes and shingles. He doesn't know what the hell it is.
Troy and I are just diseased.
God.
Please.
So why did just
Why
out of
did the
curiosity- why did they
chicken
say-
cross the road? Can we at least
To
get a
get the
joke
fuck
going?
outta
Can we
here.
Get the,
No.
get the
So
fuck out
why
of this
did the
place?
doctor say that your boy got shingles that young?
They didn't say.
He's back to the shingles way to keep it going.
Because they said to me,
They
because
didn't say.
at that time as well, I was going through
You
some
know what?
stuff
I
with work,
think
and
they
it was
did say
stress.
Stress?
They did say it was stress and a
Yeah.
lot of I think they said he was sweating a lot, so he may have been working or something. I think I can't remember. I don't really want to get it. To tell you the truth.
I don't want to get the
No.
vaccine. See, that's what I'm afraid of. I don't know why.
So
I'm
do
more
they
afraid
say
of the
once you had
freaking
it, you don't get it again?
Supposedly you don't get it again.
shingles.
Well, that's
Shingles.
encouraging. Glad I got that out of the way.
Let's talk about shingles again. What are we going to keep fucking talking about the same shit over and over?
What else can we talk? What other medical condition can we talk about? Yeah, get a beer. Let's do it.
Aren't we pretty much wrapping this fucking
Yeah, in a
rabbit
few
hole
minutes.
up?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
I got work to do.
All right. In a few minutes. Well, then we could just wrap it up now. Then, I mean,
Well, that's up to you guys.
I
I don't
don't-
know
I don't
if there's
care.
another exciting fucking topic you want to talk
there's
about.
tons of topics. There's tons of current
I
events.
keep saying there's tons, and I haven't heard anything except rabbit hole after rabbit hole of Troy. That's all we've heard. There hasn't been any topics.
Yes, we were
You
talking
wanna
about
talk
a multiple
Hunter, no one
amount of
wants
topics.
to talk about Hunter Biden. No one wants to talk about it.
I know, but it's just it's so
I know.
overdone.
That's what I mean. That's my point.
You know,
It's why talk about something that's so obvious.
let's talk about UFOs.
Shh, don't talk until you get to your mic. Don't say a word.
Yeah, we're still. Well,
Yeah,
we're not. I'm still alive.
Go play with your taint. Let's talk about that again. Thank you. Go outside and talk to yourself. Yeah.
I like your
Everybody
shirt.
knows
By the way.
that.
I like your shirt. Where'd you get that
I
shirt?
got Santa's land.
I like that.
I will. I
I
will say
like
nice.
Santa's.
I have two questions. So kind of going on to the idea of rabbit holes and everything else. What is some of the things that you guys hear positive feedback from people that do listen to this?
Listen to what?
I don't know anybody that listens to it.
The few people I haven't talked to one person that listens to it except for my
but
son
Troy, your
mentioning
own. I mean, with all due respect, people in your household don't even know you do this.
it. No, they
No,
don't.
yeah, we don't tell anybody. No, I mean,
No,
You
only
don't
my-
tell anybody. See,
No, my oldest son knows, and he mentioned it to me, and I'm like, all right, just keep your fucking mouth shut.
most of
Yeah.
the time the people tell me to tell Anthony to shut up.
yeah, because I talk way too much. Go fuck off. You can go fuck off.
See, you get
How's that? See,
sensitive.
I'm sensitive. I don't give a shit.
All right, so that's the only feedback is Anthony talks to
No,
me.
not funny. And he's not funny.
I'm
He's
not
supposed to be a
funny.
comedian.
Yeah, I'm
He's not
supposed to be a
funny.
comedian. I'm not funny. You guys, I'm the only one that does impressions. I come up with everything.
Oh, impressions of
Yeah.
a fucking vampire.
I bring on guests.
Oh my god.
I mean,
now, I
you
have
guys-
heard. I will tell you that it's one seriousness. that the guests don't ever fucking have another guest.
Don't ever have another
I'm not
guest.
kidding,
I
they're
heard
awful.
good things. I heard people were cracking up about my maniac friend who
I
gave
don't
someone
know.
a seizure.
I don't know who talked to you.
Dave.
Was that? I wasn't here. I
Dave
wasn't
must
here for
know.
that
It
one.
sounds
right?
like he knows. I like him.
Is Dave the one that wipes wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the guy.
Yeah, how many Daves did I talk about?
You had him on this show?
No, but he listens. They listen. He
Yeah,
said
yeah,
he was.
he was a
He
nice
said he
guy,
was.
but
He was funny.
He
Oh,
just
he
a little
did. Yeah, so he's been on the show.
No,
Dave,
no,
listen.
My
The other guy from Costa Rica is not named Dave.
one of our 3 listeners, Dave. He's getting
Dave.
getting a lot of airtime.
Yeah.
I love him. He
That's
listens.
not his real name. Let's just say that.
No, it is.
I know, but just
But
say it.
he'll know. It's not. Yeah, it's not his real name.
Yeah. Love you, Dave. Keep wiping.
Keep wiping. He gets a kick out of it. He likes it.
Okay, so
I haven't heard anything.
of the
but,
negative feedback.
we have
There's
other.
not been a lot. They're not like, oh,
Not
I like when you
negative
guys
feedback.
do this.
Well, my daughter did say, "I wish we weren't so right leaning."
Well, 'cause she's just
sorry.
Well,
So
that
that
we
doesn't-
can't help that.
Well,
Yeah, that's not going to
but-
change. Shit, I was going to say something.
Which is
Oh.
another good thing. Our wives don't listen to this either. At least mine doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, she's watching Law and Order.
Well, she ain't watched. She ain't listening to it.
Even if she knew I was doing it, she might listen to one, and she's like, "This is
Yeah.
a fucking waste
Yeah,
of
that's
time."
why I
Well,
listen
whatever.
to
So it's a
yeah.
waste of time.
She ain't
You know,
listening.
and everybody
For
says,
her.
"Oh, it's not funny." This and that. I want to see them come and sit in here and do an hour and 45 and talk about shit and come up with ideas on the fly. We don't even write things down. Obviously,
That's pretty
Sometimes we do. A lot of times we do. We knew it was a while. We've been busy. We were on a little hiatus. So everybody's schedule. It's fine. It's all good.
I'm good.
But now that you're on Twitter, see, now you got to pump it out. Now you got to promote it. So you set up like your professional headshot and everything?
No, I just opened Twitter.
Yeah, but do you have a
His
a
handle is
profile
Big
picture?
Bad Buster.
I do on LinkedIn.
Oh my god.
Lincoln Laws.
Do you have a profile picture on your Twitter is what I'm asking.
No,
Well, you have to get one.
I don't know how to do that.
All right, I'll show you. We'll knock that out.
No,
in
but
10
I don't
minutes.
want. I don't want my picture out there if I'm tweeting.
You have to have a picture.
Why?
It doesn't have to be you. It could be of
Taint.
it could be of a taint. No, it all
Yeah,
depends on what you want to do.
Well, I don't really want to do any of it. I just opened it so I could listen to people.
So you could see what's going on.
Yeah, that's the only reason I did it.
When I open up his Facebook page,
Now maybe
I
you're
made
gonna.
that-
Now maybe you won't think I'm such a weird and like things are not real and they're Photoshop.
Well, a lot of the shit that you're getting is not real. It's
Bullshit. No,
Bot.
it's not.
Bot.
Oh my God,
Bot.
It's just.
I mean, he'll show me like a 4-legged.
He's already
human.
old.
Look
He's
at this
so
guy. Look
hard-headed.
at this guy. He's got 4 legs. I'm like, that's made up. No, I'm serious. He jumped through
That's
this
not
glass
true. I've never showed
and
you shit
landed-
like that. That's not true.
Wait a minute. He jumped through this glass and landed 6 stories on his feet.
No,
He's fine. I'm like, that's not made
No,
real.
I'm not showing you anything stupid like
Fuck it.
that. All right. Well, hey, thank you once
We're
again.
back.
That was a great show. No, was it?
The rabbit
It
hole.
was the rabbit hole.
Oh, well, you know
Well,
what?
we just-
I,
there's-
I think some feedback would be good if there's people listening to
There's
let us
no
know.
one listening.
I think we have like 5 listeners.
How do we get feedback?
5. I think we have 5.
Those 5.
Yeah.
Well, we
Anthony's
had an
Twitter.
email. He's-
Anthony's Twitter.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony's
No,
Twitter.
definitely not on Twitter. Definitely not on Twitter. But no,
right.
it's basically family and friends of friends. We got some
Okay.
listeners.
Well, we'll see.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Try to be a little bit more, bring something to the table next time, you guys. I mean, Troy, you did a pretty good job. You had a lot to say.
Yeah, but none of it was good.
Oh, I disagree.
I think I
it was great.
educated a few
Dreams.
people today.
Dreams about falling off some scaffolding to make any damn fucking sense.
Do you know how scared I was?
Okay, no, let's not get back into it.
No more scared that I'm going to be editing this fucking
Yeah,
thing
I'm already scared.
and putting it out. All right. Remember,
That's another thing.
Don't
it won't
get
be about
even.
2 weeks before it gets fucking edited.
No, I'll fix it right away. This is easy. I don't have to cut a lot of this one out.
Okay,
You actually weren't so bad.
I could say something.
No, please don't. I'll just have to clip it. All right.
Later.
Adios.
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 Adios. Adios.
good.
See ya.
Tune in next time for another episode of the Oddfathers podcast. Stay odd, baby.